Mark Johnson, President of Protection Technologies, owned the business for 25 years, family business, S Corp. I pay alternative minimum tax. I have employees in California, New Jersey, New York, Illinois, Georgia, Maine, and Massachusetts. I import my goods from the UK, sell them in the US. Dow bought 5 of my instruments over the last 5 years. Thank you very much. You paid $26,000 each for them. Once again, thank you very much. I doubt very much you'd like to pay $33,000 each for them. I suspect in the next couple of years you'll buy fewer because just the way it works. I have a background on Wall Street. I'm an economist, and I've been buying stuff internationally for 30 years. I don't trust that the pound can appreciate another 25% from where it's at now. It's really at great position now. We get great value. I'm taking the extra margin that I get from better buying power, and I've been planning on hiring 2 employees. I want to have a more marketing person. I want to get better penetration. I want to have more production because I have a machine shop. Right now, I'm not hiring them because I'm petrified that I'm out of business in 6 months or 8 months or a year and a half, and there's no way I'm hiring 2 more people. The people that I do hire, we've had a very blunt discussion about the border adjustment tax at our sales meeting. It was the most depressing sales meeting. Everybody was excited about our product, excited about our customers, but they're like, oh my God, are we going to be in business? I said, we'll find a way because it won't happen. But then the last 2 months, the discussion has been that it actually could happen. And we all want corporate reform. We all want GDP growth. We all want a successful, positive next 5 years, 10 years, whatever period of time. We all believe in trade. This $1 trillion or $1.2 trillion seems to be financed on the back of the importers, because that's where the money is in this system. And we're 15% of the economy. We're in 30% of the products. The pain doesn't seem to be spread around the whole economy-wise. It seems let's do the whole impact on the importers. And so I don't think we're going to get 1.2 trillion. So if we don't, how do the people that are in favor of the VAT, how do we pay for it if we don't get the one? Because I'm going to be out of business. I know I'm modeled to do something. You're not going to get the money from me because I'm not going to be in business because the math doesn't work for me. Where do you think it's going to come from?
Those are all very legitimate concerns. And I think that points to the need to be paying very close attention as the details of this proposal gets put together, 1. 2, there's a lot of smart people in this room and a lot of smart people around that are better than I am with regard to economics, and I would hope that everyone works diligently together to try to come up with a consensus as to what is the best thing for this country. Because in the end, what's good for me is good for you. There's no question about it. The current system, as we've all described, isn't good for you, and it's not good for me. So we need a change. The change, as proposed in the blueprint, based on some economists, seem to indicate there's going to be an increase in GDP. Therefore, one would think that would inure to the benefit of individuals in this country, and therefore people would have better jobs, start getting raises, being able to afford whatever costs, and to be able to consume, which is what we all want as well, because that's the way our economy functions, that's the way my company functions well. So it's a matter of, 1, there's not enough information. That's the reason why we're arguing so much against each other right now, because the proposal itself is not very detailed. So I would just encourage everyone to engage in the information right. Don't presuppose negativity. Don't necessarily presuppose positive. We've got to get this right because my company depends on it and your company depends on it. So that's the only thing I would say to everyone.
I just would want to comment. I think Jenna makes a very good point. We're all doing this based on an outline that really had very few pages of any kind of detail. What I find scary is that we hear leaders on Capitol Hill, as well as in the White House, saying they want this tax reform to be completed in the next 6 months' time. And so when they say that, it's very hard to take the time to wait. I think we've all been waiting since June for more details, and I think many of us have been doing that. I know I hear from my members and saying that, you know, they're scared to death to wait anymore when every day in the paper they see this is going to get done in the next 3 or 4 months. So what can you do other than read the information that's out there? You can look at there's nothing new in tax policy, and this proposal is based on ideas that have been around since the late 70s. This is the Bradford X tax, an economist at Princeton who put the proposal out then. There have been iterations. The economists could probably cite for you every single change, iteration in this type of proposal, and you have to make assumptions based on what you know this is based on. But you have no choice. You can't wait when I some of us heard the Chairman Brady at the chamber the other day, and he was asked when would the details of the proposal be out, and he didn't give an answer, so it doesn't sound like it's coming out very soon. So I think you have to do some you have to do some intelligent guessing based on what we know about these types of proposals, and make some determination about what that's going to do for your business and your trade based on the facts that we have.
Good news for you, Rochelle. I highly suspect that Congress will not move as fast as they're talking about. So, let's do another question over here.
Maura Jeffers with Diageo. There has to be some kind of acknowledgement that some of us are captive importers. For example, I cannot make scotch in the U.S. I can't make tequila in the U.S. I can't make Canadian whiskey in the U.S. And we also face we already have a national sales tax. So I think that, again, the pace is kind of troubling for us, and without the details coming out, and an acknowledgement that some things cannot be made in the U.S., and they never will be.
Is that a question? It's a good one.
I, for one, would like to see more alcohol products made in the United States. Let's go all the way to the back.
Hello, I'm Tom Mullins at Sullivan & Cromwell. You guys, thank you for the presentation. You guys have repeatedly made the point that there's nothing new. I guess this afternoon, Chairman Brady and Chairman Hatch of the Senate Finance Committee are going to sit down with the President, at which point Senator Hatch is probably going to bring up his idea. There is another kid in town with the idea of corporate integration, which Mike Lee has now signed on to as well in his own way. So this would be, I save this question for the tax nerd panel, but the basic premise is you take the corporate rate to 0 and you make up for, you get it revenue neutral by putting the money on an increased tax on dividends and capital gains. And that helps with the distributional effects as well. Yeah, which brings up a whole other can of worms. We haven't talked about revenue neutrality and the distribution analysis that goes with these taxes. But I'd like you to comment a little bit, especially Brian, you would be probably most impacted by this, or how you feel you'd be impacted by it.
Sure. If you're talking about the Hatch corporate integration plan?
Yeah, Mike Lee's come along with something as well.
Sure, I'll put on my little S-corp hat here. We've been supportive of the idea of corporate integration for about 5 years. We've been pushing for the pass-through community. There's a letter that we've done. About 120 groups signed on to it that have 3 principles. One, tax reform needs to be comprehensive. It needs to restore or move towards rate parity between C corps and pass-throughs. And then third, it really needs to embrace the pass-through model as the model that should be taxed. And that means moving towards a single layer tax. Business taxes should be taxed once, they should be taxed at the reasonable, same rate, and then leave it alone. And a lot of what we're talking about here in terms of the need to improve the tax code is really the fact that companies, individuals they change their behavior to avoid double tax. So for instance, on the international side, there's $2.5 trillion of U.S. corporate money sitting over there that's never been repatriated. The reason is they don't want to have to pay that toll charge. They don't want to pay that extra tax bringing it back. The Hatch integration plan would help address that by eliminating a lot of that tax. In the U.S., everybody thinks of the C Corp as the standard model for businesses, but in fact, pass-throughs and S-Corps, they employ more people and they make more and contribute more to the national economy than the C Corps do. So they really, in terms of what the base tax base is, it's really the pass-through base. If you look at the amount of income in the business world that's subject to the double tax, I think 90% of it is not subject to the double tax. It's subject to a single layer tax. So businesses have voted by holding their earnings overseas, by not engaging in behavior that suddenly results in a double tax for a single tax base. And so that's something that we've been pushing. One of the reasons that we're excited about the Brady plan is that it moves in that direction. It reduces the C Corp rate, it reduces the pass-through rate, it reduces the double tax that C Corps pay here. It doesn't go away, but it goes pretty far.
Well, I think we're at our time to wrap up. Ken, is that?
Yeah, unless I think the panelists want to make any wrap-up remarks.
Okay. Well, let me thank everybody. It's very hard in Washington to get people to sit still for 2 hours. So let me give a big hand to our panelists here.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you to the panel. Thanks to all of you. We hope to see you at our events looking at NAFTA and China trade for a couple weeks to come.